pay any attention to that live stream at all because the sound keeps cutting in and out. And
like I think that, you know, like while we're watching the video, we want to be pretty much engaged in the video, but then when we can, we'll say, "Oh yeah, amen."
Yeah.
Amen, yeah. You know,
Yeah.
clap when it's appropriate to clap, you know, whatever it would be, you know.
I think it'll be different for different folks. We did talk to church this past weekend where, for sure, everyone was silent during the sermon while they were in their rows together. But they also used the chat so they could text chat with each other. And there they would say like, "Oh, this is a great point," or "I'm struggling with that myself," or something like that.
Hey,
yeah, I think my biggest issue that I'm thinking of is for the non-tech savvy. If they get kind of caught into this thing and they don't know how to get out of it so they can listen, you know what I'm saying?
I'm sure that's bound to happen. You know, I was encouraged. I did talk to a woman in her 60s, and she claimed that she was like the least tech of all, and that she navigated around fine. But for sure, everyone's mileage is going to vary.
And I don't even know who's speaking right now. Who's speaking?
So this is Andrew. This is Andy Mayen from AltarLive. Can you see me?
For some reason, your video's not synced, so I couldn't tell it was you.
Yep. I'm trying to get Matt in. Matt is like in the same room right here. But and he's my associate pastor, and we're not even in the same town, but like I wanted him a part of it.
So I can see Matt in Andy, Matt P. Is it Matt P?
Just a question for you. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Thane, can you hear Matt?
Oh, for some reason it says you're muted.
Sorry about that. I did.
Oh, no, you're good.
There we go. Good. Yeah. All right. So Matt, yes, I can hear you. Thane, can you hear Matt?
Hey, Matt.
Matt, can you hear Thane?
No, I can't hear him.
All right. We crossed a wire somewhere.
No, I couldn't hear him at all. I'm calling him.
If somebody started talking to you and you needed to do like a private conversation, could you is there a way to do that?
So, and you see the three dots in the top right of everyone's picture?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can direct message someone from
exactly.
there. Right.
Okay. Gotcha.
And I said, just push the send button on it. He didn't answer.
There. So Stephanie has ended the live stream portion, and now we have all moved into the lobby.
Hey, man.
Hey.
So can you hear me talk?
So Tim, if you can hear me, what I might recommend is looking through the other tables and maybe trying to join one of those others, and then I'll join you at that one as well.
Okay, just pick any table?
Yes, and then I'll see your name appear there. There, I found you. There we go.
Okay.
We found each other.
The video is better actually here. So the video that I was having at that other thing, my video was not synced at all. The audio was fine and I could follow the conversation, but the video was so far off, like when you were talking, your lips weren't moving.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, hey, who's even talking?
Well, I've been known to do that a little bit in real life as well, but yeah, there was probably a little bit of syncing issue going on there. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Jason.
Hey, guys.
So, and by the way, my name is Sean. Tim's here behind me.
Oh, okay. Hello, Tim back there. Hello, Sean.
We're on the computer, yeah. We didn't log in separately.
So one thing that I've heard from folks is, so you can, you're probably seeing, if you see what I see, is 4 of us across, and then you can see the tables below. If you want, in the top right-hand corner of our group here, there's the word expand, and then you'll see a nice big picture of all of our beautiful faces. But what I found is that a lot of people, they like this view where it's 4 of us across, and then they can sort of peek at the other tables and see who's there. And I was talking to one person who's sort of the official welcome person at their church, and she said, "Oh yeah, my job is to look at people who are alone at tables, and then I jump over there." right? So it's a nice bird's eye view of the gallery here.
Yeah. Yep. Totally. Cool. I'm gonna go actually jump to some other tables then too.
So Jason, did you successfully join a row and see folks there?
I did. It for some reason, when I was trying to log in the first time, it never sent me the confirmation email, so I had to redo that. So
Just out of curiosity, did you report that to Stephanie?
No, I.
All right. Just out of curiosity, do you have a Gmail address?
Well, the first one I input, I just saw that I just got it. The second one, I used the Gmail address and it came right away.
Oh, the Gmail one worked quickly then. Okay.
So, I mean, it came. It just, since I was signing up just to jump into this.
Right. You want it to be there. You know,
Yeah.
almost instantaneously.
But besides that, no, I had no problem hopping in. And yeah, this is it's the only having 4 to a table might be a little limiting at some point.
Yeah.
Depending on the use, how you're.
Oh, everybody wants more than 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you want to have a small group or a classroom or something like that, I'll give you the. Yeah, Sean, what's that?
I'm sorry. For me, I was going to say it's exactly the opposite. We're from a very small church in a rural area, and so right now, I might get 8 to 12 people online on our live stream, as and we probably get like 40 to 50 on site, and so we've got another, I'm going to say 30 people that have never done, since coronavirus, we haven't seen them in person or online.
Oh, right.
And this whole thing is overwhelming to me. I'm like going, I'll never fill all these tables, right?
Oh, yes.
I'm thinking, can I just have 5 tables? Would be more than sufficient for my needs right now. Can I limit that?
You can't do that right now. We were actually coming at it from the other side, which was, well, let's have 10 tables. And then as more people join, let's make sure we add tables on the fly. But
I'm looking at 20 tables right now.
So the thing is, we could change the default, right? I have to. What I need to ask with Stephanie is like, can you change it, or is it something that the system decides what's the minimum number?
Yeah,
but it's possible.
Great for that to be in my control, for me to say this is how many tables I want in the lobby. Similar to also, like she said before, it would also be good to say, well, I'm gonna have a couple with 4, but I'd also like a couple with 6 and a couple with 8.
Yeah.
It would be good if we had control of that.
Yeah, well, we will expand it. We're also going to create some that are limited to just 2 people, and make those prayer tables.
Sure.
That way, when 2 people are praying, someone's not crashing into like, "Hey, how's it going?" Like, "Oh, we're in the middle of a prayer," right? So, all sorts of dynamics in the life of the church that, like the one you had mentioned, I will tell you had not occurred to us before. So I'm really glad that you shared that.
So I guess my only other question then, because right now, so we're using primarily Facebook, and we don't like it, but A, it's free, and B, everybody already knows it.
Right.
So I don't have a big learning curve. Whereas if I start throwing something brand new at people and say, oh, you have to sign up for AltarLive, right off the bat, I'm going to have people go, I don't know what that is, and they're going to be intimidated.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I make that easy for them so that, is there, like what you did in Zoom where you sent me a link and I was able to jump right over, that would be great, but I need that in Facebook.
Right.
That makes
right.
sense.
Well, a couple things. First, I completely respect the experience and preferences of people, and I'm in the tech business, so I'm a little bit more leaning into tech, but I'm not very technical. So anytime I have to create a new password or anything like that, I kind of wonder if it's worth it. So I hear where some of your folks are coming from. So that's the first thing. About that link, the last thing you mentioned, if you look up in the top right-hand corner, you see what says copy URL, right? Yeah. So if you clicked that, then you'd have the URL for this event, and you could and then you could paste that into an email and send it to someone and say, look, this is where it is. Join this, and I'll see you when you get there, right? So that's those are on the bookings.
It was similar to Zoom, like we send a Zoom link
right
that way to make it easy for that.
Quite. So almost exactly the same thing there. Yeah.
Okay, good.
But there is what you talk about is real. Like even the most aggressive churches, they're like, we're gonna roll it out slowly. So even heard Thane, like I haven't rolled it out to my whole church yet. Let me get people who want to do it. Let them get comfortable with it. Let them learn how to show people around, so that then when the people for whom this is not going to be second nature, there's going to be someone who can sort of shepherd them a little bit. One church calls them tech deacons. They've established people as tech
I don't know
deacons.
that I even have any of those. That would be nice. Yeah, I have a tech pastor. That's about as closest as I get. But yeah, people looking for an affordable alternative to Facebook for a very long time, and because our needs are so small right now. I mean, I literally 8 to 10 people is all I'm going to count on for a live stream today. Would I love to see that expand? Absolutely. But I'm in a community. I mean, our little town is 1,300 people. It's just a small rural place. We're probably not going to get hundreds, ever. So that's a big challenge for us. I can't devote, $2,000 of my budget to this. I just can't. So
Right.
That's what we're looking at. Okay. Well, good. I appreciate it. It was good. It was a good webinar.
Yeah, thank you, Sean. So I get a little gold star every time I come up with a new feature request. So minimizing the tables is the one.
I'd love to provide you a gold star.
Okay,
Right. Well,
thank you, Sean.
Thank you, and I appreciate it.
Cheers. Well, Matt, you've come to the prayer table.
Yeah, I was hanging out pushing buttons.
So this is something we introduced just this last week, is the ability to put a label on a table.
Okay.
Right. So the prayer table, so that's something everybody wants. Everyone wants a welcome table and a prayer table. I don't know about Clemson Tigers are awesome. I don't know who put that on.
It's debatable.
We did have a request after last week. They said, could you make it so that there are only 2 seats at a prayer table? Because if you and I were in some sort of deep prayer, we don't want somebody bopping in, saying, hey, the coffee's great. Like, oh, yeah, well, okay,
Yeah, exactly.
So
no, that makes sense. Yeah, this is actually good because it's the first. Nobody else has joined the conversation. For some reason, there's been some issues, but they said there might be an update going on today. I had a question, and I was pushing buttons, and I developed a question, and then I forgot it. Oh man. Tools you can make.
Oh, that's a good one. So what you see here, which looks like 12 or so, something like that, 12 or 14, that's the default.
Okay.
Because not everyone's going to want to be with 4 people, right? So you might have, 20 people at 10 tables or something like that. And then as more tables get occupied, we automatically just add a few more, another row of tables.
Okay.
So it's dynamic in that way. Although in the previous group I was sitting with, he's only got about 12 people who are regularly online. And he said, could we just have 4 tables?
Yeah.
Because I don't want everyone spread out. You know what it's and so that's technically it's possible. It's not a feature right now, so we have to.
Okay. Yeah, because thinking about us, that probably would be the case for us too, where 20 tables would just be, you have to go find everybody.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a good default. I mean,
there is a feature if you go over to the right hand side, Dale, and you see that little contact book, the directory. When you click on that, and you can see the members. So if you click on the 3 dots next to Jason Allison's name, oh, not that one. Oh, I think we need to be. I'm sorry. You need to be away from a table to do it. It'll actually show you. You can request find this person on the screen, but that works when they're in the sanctuary. If you want to, so let's say it's a really big church. So you got 100 people sitting there, like, okay, where is Matt? Where's Matt? So I can actually click on someone's name, and it will actually show me where you are in the sanctuary, so I could sit with you.
Okay, that's handy.
Doesn't work with the tables though.
Oh, it's only in the sanctuary.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. And then so like this is where you would, if you're going to do like an hour, you can meet for an hour before the service, like
Right.
This is the view you would see before the service. and
That's
then
right. You would choose to have the
lobby.
we call this the lobby, and have the lobby open for a while before church.
Okay.
And yeah, there'd be a countdown. They would say that the service is going to begin in 60 seconds. And the nice thing is when it moves us into the live stream, we'll still be sitting together.
Okay. Yeah. And she mentioned that going from the sanctuary to the lobby to be together.
Right. So it's
I
the
kind
same
of
in the other
assumed it was
direction.
same. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
It does mean if you're in that awkward conversation you don't want to be in, and then you're like, oh, look, the service is starting. I got to go. You're still stuck.
Doesn't really work the same anymore. Yeah.
All right, that's great. I'm going to bop around to another table too. We only got about 4 people left, including yourself. So I think we're mostly
And that's
good.
perfect. I think I'm going to jump out because actually Thane and I are at the same church. So I think I'm going to let him ask some more questions. Then I'll get with him and see what debrief with him real quick. So thank
Okay.
you very much.
All right, that's so great, man.
Really good.
I look forward to seeing you at church, since I know that Cordell is on the list.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. We'll
All
talk
right.
to you soon.
Take care.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Yeah, you get the Father Tom look.
Yes.
Now, where are y'all at today?
We're in Powell, just at the main campus.
Main campus,
Yeah. That's
Where are you at, Dale?
South Carolina.
Oh, very nice.
Hey, we have sun and 44 degrees today. I almost went to play golf.
You could play out here today. This is your kind of weather. Of course,
Yeah.
you would wear shorts. You'd probably be sweating in the weather out here today.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
I'd only be sweating because I could never hit the ball straight.
Well, Andy Jason is a scratch golfer, so he's a lot of fun to play with.
No, Sean's pretty good himself too. So we're gonna have some fun this summer.
Yeah, he's a scratch golfer, man. He's I want to be like him when I grow up. In fact, I probably need to go to the prayer table right now and just begin to pray.
I bought a new driver, so I haven't even taken the wrapper off of it yet.
Wow. Why would someone who hits the ball as long and straight as you need a new driver?
So I can hit it longer and straighter.
Okay. All right. Which one did you get?
It's what did I get? The newest of the.
What did you get?
Oh, it's the same Callaway. The Callaway.
Oh,
their new
yeah,
one.
you got the cow.
I wouldn't know, so it's
Yeah.
I'm a tailor-made guy.
All I know is that they had that little, driving range at the Golf Galaxy place, and
They sucked you right in.
he gave me. Well, I went in knowing I was going to buy one. I was just figuring out which one, and
Yeah.
so I was laying it all out, and he got it to where I was hitting it straight, and it was landing at about 290 every time. So I said,
Yep.
I'll take it.
Yep. That's what you want to do.
I think they fake that though. I don't think that's actually right. I think they do that just to make me feel better.
Andy, don't listen to him, because I was playing with him and we had 4 guys in our foursome. 3 of the 4 drove the green on the par 4. Jason did it twice.
Nice. Yeah. Well, this is being like in church. I'm not listening to you guys anyway.
Oh,
Did you get
All
things
right.
straightened out?
So Jason, and is that Sean back there? Is that
yes.
okay? So if we were to do this again, what would you like to see, or what might you cut out to make it shorter or faster? You won't hurt our feelings.
I don't even know yet. We're, I mean the some of the icons. Stephanie already told her this, that like the leave one. I didn't know what that meant. It just looked like a button that had a little moon on it. I didn't know what that meant.
Mhm.
So it wasn't quite intuitive to navigate. Signing up, I told Steph I had the little issue with the email that just took a little longer to get in. It came, so there wasn't a problem. It just, in this situation, it was hard to get in. I mean, besides that, it looks cool. I'm just thinking of all the uses, because of course I work here at Press Church, but I'm also on staff with our district, and so we've got 100 plus churches in our district and I'm the church strengthening director. So my job is to help them find tools like this. And
Oh, you're a busy man.
Not really.
But-
I do a half job of both of them. But, you know.
Oh, that's right, because you're always golfing. Well,
Yeah,
but no, but I was
exactly.
also asking about if we were to do this as a Zoom webinar.
Mm.
Oh.
What was and you can take your time or think send us a note later. But
Yeah, I mean, as a Zoom webinar, it was. I almost wish we could have just gotten over here faster because a lot of what Stephanie you were saying, I just couldn't picture.
it's hard to visualize.
Yeah. Because once I got on, it almost sells itself. In some ways. So, there's some general orientation. Yeah, you got to do, but I mean, just getting in here and interacting with it makes a big difference. The one negative to it is, in that same vein, when we were on the Zoom call, all of us could interact at one time. Here, you can only do it 4 at a time. And because did you say, and I just don't remember, the chat for like a chat to everyone, that function isn't there yet, right?
Right, that's on its way.
Coming. It's in development right now, so it'll be live in the next 2 weeks, likely.
Okay, all right. So that would be my, being able to do that, because that's when we're doing our online service, we have in person and online.
Yeah.
And so usually I try to host the online service a little bit because Sean's busy preaching, and so we'll get some interaction of people who are asking general questions or expressing a prayer request or whatever. And so everyone needs to see it, not just the 4 people they're seated. So that would be the only feedback from me.
I'll do you one better too. So yes, public chat is coming for that reason. You will also, as a host or greeter, be able to send announcements out to everyone on the platform. So if I will send, I can send 3 different kinds of announcements. I'll be able to send a pop-up announcement. So if I want to draw everybody's attention to something like a registration button, I can do it as a pop-up. I could do it as a drop-down banner. If I just want to send a notification to say, hey, everybody, I'm going to be moving us to the lobby in 3 minutes. I can send that as a notification to everyone. Or I can have the panel on the right-hand side push out with something I want people to react to, like at time of giving in your service, you want to push out your giving button to everyone. Yeah. Or you have a poll or a Q&A that you want people to respond to, you can push that out, or a registration link, something like that. So you'll have a few ways as a greeter, as a host to notify people as well, besides just the public chat channel too.
Okay, that is really cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing we're struggling with is getting interaction. I mean, we put out a great product, so to speak, but it's just that. It's something people watch.
Yeah.
And try to figure out how to move them from just watching it to being engaged without them having to be here in person. There's just that balance of, and there's some people, we're getting people, we're getting new people every week who just show, they said, we've been watching you online for the last month or whatever.
Yeah, they lurk for a long time.
I mean, technically we just launched as a church in October. Like we launched in the middle of the pandemic.
Wow.
You launched in October.
Easter. So like most of what we're doing is we're figuring it out as we go as well. So that's, but it's kind of neat to see, even with that, we're getting new people every week, who have been watching and paying attention. Having something like this, the one downside is, I know probably Thane said the same thing. He gets lots of traction on Facebook because people are already on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so you get some of the people who just kind of wander by, so to speak.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that with this,
Totally.
But, because we're trying to build up our YouTube channel, because seems to be more effective and more consistent and a little more stable, platform. So but this would be another option then. You just post the link as an advertisement, so to speak.
Totally.
So people have to come to it. It's a weird thing because as a church that's really focused on reaching people who don't come to church, creating a platform that feels like church is there's some tension there.
That's right.
Yeah, it's counterintuitive.
Yeah, the whole point of inviting people is, well, it's not like church like you're thinking, but then they show up and it's just like church, that they're, only 2D instead of 3D. So that would be my pushback.
I want to ask you this question, Jason. How big do you think the tables need to be?
I'd say 6 to 10.
Yeah, that's right.
Are y'all leaning, or Stephanie, are y'all leaning toward, or Andy, y'all leaning toward any specific number right now, trying to expand to?
It will go from 4 to 6, then 6 to 8, then 8 to 12. Over time, you can imagine. It's funny. Just design wise, fitting more than 8 chairs around a table, it gets complicated. So there's some things we'll change about the layout on the screen, because we also have to think of everything for mobile. So what fits on mobile, what's intuitive on mobile.
Stephanie's kind of
I just think
scratchy.
it's hilarious that we have the leader of this organization who doesn't have good enough internet. Andy, that's like the 6th time she's dropped off.
That is like she's shaky today.
Yeah.
When
we're talking about you.
When my kids are noisy and my dog's barking, I take my laptop to my room, and then I'm dropping out all the time in that corner of the house.
My internet. We have some construction going on at the house, and I think we moved some of the extenders around the house, so should have checked the brand. But okay, what I was saying, that you will be able to also, choose a number of seats at a table. So if I want 2 chairs or 8 chairs, and you could make tables flexible or fixed. So as people join, there's always 1 extra seat. Or
darn it, I wish I knew what she was going to say. Well, one of the things you mentioned, Jason, about people being comfortable with Facebook. So like at my church, we started on YouTube and did that pretty well. And then there was a big push to move over to Facebook. And every email includes, watch us on Facebook. There's we are pushing. And I look at it on Sunday, and we're about 500 person church. There's 30 people on Facebook, 190 people on YouTube. They just don't go. They don't read the email. They've already developed a habit. So it'll be no different, really, with AltarLive, because it's not the technology, it's the people. So we're also helping. We're trying to put together a playbook for how to introduce it. What are some best practices? How do you promote it? Who are the best type of people to bring in first? What kind of roles and responsibilities can you give them? There's one church we talked to. They have what they call tech deacons, right? And so they might have 3 or 4 people on their list who they tag. Each Sunday is like, so did you get the link? Okay, here's the link. And when you get there, I'm going to be there. I'm going to say hello, right? So there's things we can do. But we'll help bring some of those resources to bear. That'll be really part of what we need to do on our end, instead of just dropping the technology on folks.
Well, one of the things and I have no clue what the tech lift on this is, so it's probably stupid, but being able to do any type of personalization to even the color scheme on the event would be nice, because like right now the colors that are used are completely the opposite of what we would use.
Yeah.
And I mean, and not that matters too much, but it kind of does.
Oh, sure. Oh, absolutely.
You think about a brand. Yeah. And I mean, I don't know, like I said, I don't know what the tech lift on that is. It may be crazy, but if we buy a subscription to be able to, and like, I don't know where we put our brand,
right?
Like our logo of any kind in the lobby or wherever.
Yeah. So yes, customization will come. So you'll be able to customize colors, logos, even your URL, and to the extent a little.
Wow.
More in the background, the seat color.
Yeah. Okay.
So that you could really and I just cut out there, but yeah, seat color, background of the flooring. So if you were hosting a Christmas party, you could make it look like a Christmas party. If you were, depending on what kind of event, and especially for you, your point earlier too about making it, not feel like church for those who are trying to get away from church. You could, you can adjust accordingly as well, so it looks more like an event platform versus just a church experience.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason, would you do me a favor and just write up any of these ideas or things that you guys will be looking for, and so we can forward it to them?
Sure.
So I've been recording this. So anything you've said so far, we've got.
Andy's got it. I mean, I just don't want to lose all this. It's good.
Stephanie writes everything down.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm taking notes down here while we talk. So yeah.
If I think of anything else, I'll send them along. And Dale, I'm supposed to see you tomorrow, talk to you tomorrow anyway. So
Yeah. We're on at 4, aren't we?
no, 1.
Oh, you changed it. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Guys, thank you so much. I'm gonna close out the room if we feel like we've played
Hey,
around with enough.
Can you do me a real big? I don't know if it's possible. Sean didn't get to see the auditorium.
Oh yeah.
Whatever. I just want him to see it real quick, and then you can close it out.
Yeah. I'm gonna move us.
So the host can move.
She's got the power.
Okay.
Yeah. Everyone will be into the auditorium, basically.
Don't make Stephanie mad.
No. Oh, you did. She left.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Hang it, Sean.
Get her mad.
It's my internet. Actually, Andy, did I make you a host?
No, not the host.
All right, here we go.
All right. So right now we are all sitting together in a
we're in
row.
the event, Sean. The video already played through, so it was a pre-recorded video, so it's not playing. If it was a live feed, it would show the live feed. So you see, we just moved back. We stayed with the people we were with. If you click that leave button at the bottom, the one that looks like a moon, you'll see the other rows that you can take a seat in.
I'll go chase him. Oh, he came back.
There you go. So it's some things you didn't see in this section, though, Sean, was when you unmute yourself, the volume of the video decreases so that you can be heard over it and that it doesn't create a big audio feedback loop. So those are some things that happen. You're automatically, as you notice, muted when you first join into a watch party because we assume you're at church and you're listening to something else going on, but you can unmute yourselves as you wish to talk. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Steph. I appreciate you taking an extra minute.
You're welcome. Sounds good. Well, we'll be in touch, guys. Sounds good. Jason, have you created an account? Did I miss that?
I did. Yeah. I mean, just to be on, have my camera here.
But not with your not your church account.
No, we haven't created one yet.
Got it. I thought I had heard that. Okay, cool.
No.
All right. Sounds good, guys. All right, I'm going to end this event. You're going to see a countdown.